Day 208 of the war in Gaza, day 5 of that protest at UVM, a school that's no stranger to activists rallying for change.
UVM has generally been the largest campus within the state of Vermont and has certainly seen its share of student protest and demonstration.
Generations of students challenged issues locally and globally. The Vietnam War in the 60s and 70s.
Who is this man, Richard Milhouse Nixon?
University of Vermont students rallied against the war.
I think it's about time that we did get out of Vietnam.
The invasion of nearby Cambodia, and in solidarity with Kent State students after members of the Ohio National Guard opened fire on that campus, killing 4 protesters.
Within a very short period of time, as few as hours, students had rallied, thousands of students had rallied for a protest on the UVM campus green, sharing their grief over that protest and the deaths of 4 students.
That's not pro-democracy.
From opposition to the Grenada invasion in 1983, to demands for UVM to divest from South African companies in the mid-'80s, UVM students got loud.
Apartheid kills. UVM pays the bill.
And got heard, but not before a so-called shanty town got set up and stayed up for months.
Apartheid kills.
And students marched over the money connected to racial segregation and the South African system of apartheid. Eventually, UVM got the message.
Part of being a student is having curiosity and concern for the world around you.
Race has played a huge role in protests at UVM. Most remained peaceful, seemingly the school's nature. But many remember this. 2 turbulent takeovers. First in 1988, the Waterman Building. Demands for more diversity went nowhere, and students took over the president's office.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the building's surrounded with police.
We, the students of color, have exhausted all avenues allowed to us by the administration.
The same thing happened again in 1991. And this one lasted 3 weeks. Nearly 24 students holed up in the hallways, and more outside held a hunger strike in solidarity.
We're not going to dance to the tune of the administration.
The indoor demonstration forced then school president George Davis
Professor Davis, you intend to negotiate with good faith?
to use a ladder to get in and out for meetings with protesters. The occupation got old after 20 days.
All power to all people.
And got 8 students arrested.
What I do not sanction is the concept of negotiating new programs or new commitments when held hostage.
And it was 5.5 years later, students would rally again against what they called police brutality on campus.
Don't let the cops hassle people.
People united will never be defeated.
The anti-war demonstrations continued.
We are non-violent.
Like this one during the Iraq War.
Drugs aren't illegal.
And each year on 4/20, proponents of pot turn parts of campus into a cloud of smoke. Even though it's legal now. But the Vermont Historical Society says it's activism like this that can help shape policy, or at least get people talking about the issues.
I think that they have absolutely been part of the conversation for as long as we've been around.
Protests in recent years have not led to police intervention, even though another much shorter occupation at the president's office happened during the Black Lives Matter movement.